everybody, happy Casual Friday. So thank you for being patient with all this stuff over the last just over a day of everything happening and not having access to your schedule. I'm sorry that that's the way that it had to be done, but in order to make these changes, Kimberly had to take everything down, build everything again, and that's why it's taken such a long time to get them done. She's going to be releasing these schedules. If she hasn't already done it, it's going to be soon. I just had a meeting with her about 10 minutes ago. So it's going to look a little bit different. Yesterday I said that the cap that you would be pre-scheduled for was 20 hours. So that's actually dropped down to the most that anybody is being pre-scheduled for currently because of the need is 13 hours a week. Depending on the amount of hours that you had pre-scheduled, if you were under that number, there is a percentage that was put in place to reduce everybody's hours according to that percentage so that it was equal and fair across the board. Because this was such a last-minute thing, there was not time to go into seniority and all that other stuff that might have been involved, and I apologize about that. But because this was an immediate action item and we had to take immediate steps to start to right this ship, that was the way that Workforce Management identified the best way to do it. So you're going to see your hours being posted. Kimberly did keep the old template for the old schedule saved. So your old hours are still saved in a week in the future. So in case something happens where we go back, if everything goes back to the way it was, those hours are still there, and we'll work with you through that process. Hopefully have more time to talk about it. I want to apologize about any confusion over the word cap, the cap of 20 hours. Currently it's at 13, like I said. You are able to pick up hours above and beyond that as long as you don't go over your maximum hours, which is the 30 hours a week. You can't go over that. But if I need time off and you're able to cover it for me, you can pick up hours over this and work to those old maximums. There will be no overtime approved whatsoever, and there will be no over hours approved whatsoever until further notice. That's kind of the lot of what I wanted to talk about this afternoon. Kimberly is going to be releasing some open shifts because there are some places where you will be able to add some time. So feel free to pick those up if you have room in your schedules for them. Again, I sincerely apologize that this had to happen in such a rapid manner. But in order to get this where it needs to be, we had to take quick steps to do that. And I also wanted to come back and revisit the piece about giving this whole thing back to Z. That is the last resort. Remember that. But in the interest of being as open and honest with you as I can, I felt that it was important for you to know that is a possibility. If we remained operating inefficiently, that could happen. It could. I don't think it will. I think that when these steps are taken, and I've noticed through the reporting feature that I talked about yesterday, that we had a strong day yesterday in terms of numbers. The utilization percentage was still low because of the amount of people that we had on the schedule, but the minute total has increased, which is great. So we have to track those trends and we have to predict those trends, and that's what this whole thing is about. That's what this whole new scheduling procedure is about, and this whole thing is about that, predicting and seeing what the trends are, right? Now, in terms of the new scheduling protocol, we haven't had time to talk about it and when it's going to take effect. But next week I will be getting with Deanna and Kimberly and Kat to talk about when that can happen and how that rollout will take place. But for now, you're going to see these hours on your schedule through the end of the month, which is the 4th of August is the last day that this schedule is going to be in effect. Hopefully that by that time, before that time, the new process will be in place and we'll have had enough time to kind of go over what that's going to look like. My thought, my preference, or the way that I would like to go with it, is a hybrid of that bidding system along with open hours and you being able to build your own schedules, those type of things for part-time people. So you would have, a set number of hours that you could take, pre-schedule, that type of thing. This is my thought. Will it happen? I don't know. My thought. Say you would pre-schedule yourself for like this 13 hours or 10 hours or 15 hours, whatever the decision was made. And then you would be able to add those open shifts, add those open hours, and build your schedule out to where you needed it to be. And we would release those on a specific day and, do all that type of stuff. So that's all work in progress. Again, this has been a rough couple of days for you guys. And for the entire team. We're going to get through it. You guys go out there and get the work that you can to make up for this. I know that doesn't help. But this will right-size us. This will help us to see what we actually have, what we are able to do. And I think on the other side of it, and this is, grass is greener type of thing, or whatever. My kid running through if you heard that. But I think it'll make us stronger in the long run, and it'll make us better predictors of our future, better predictors of our trends, and better predictors of what we have and what we need for recruiting and what we need what we need to do for those type of things. And again, speaking of recruiting, we're not bringing anybody else on. Everybody that was in process for training is on hold. So yeah, I just, again, ask for patience in responses because there's been a lot of stuff going on. Kimberly's super busy. If you have PTO that you want to take, go ahead and make those requests. Do them all through When I Work. If you have questions about how many hours you have available, let me know. And other than that, I just hope that everybody has a good weekend. And just keep plugging along. Keep plugging along. I appreciate every one of you and the work that you do. And it's hard to show that in a remote setting, but please know that I appreciate each and every one of you. And I know how hard you work, and I know how hard this job is, and I know absolutely what is involved with this. So thank you. And we'll get through it. Like I said, we're going to get through this. It's gonna take some adjustment, and it's going to be not growing pains right now. It's going to be the other way pains. But we'll get back. Volume has already increased over the last couple of days, so I'm going to keep a super, super close eye on those trends and see what we have, and we'll do it. So have a good weekend. Bye, guys.